Greetings. Welcome to part 2 of my book decluttering video. I'm going to pick up right where I left off. I have a bigger series of books that, even though there's a lot of books to it, I still want to keep it. I read the first one the summer before 6th grade, and the last one the summer after my second year of college. So I've been reading them for a while. It's the Mortal Instruments series. So here is City of Bones, City of Fallen Angels, City of Glass, City of Ashes, City of Lost Souls, and City of Heavenly Fire. Some of them are pretty thick. They're amazing books. I have The Bane Chronicles, which is a companion piece to that series about one of the characters. I haven't read it yet, but I will. And then there is a spin-off series from the Mortal Instruments, and it is the Dark Artifices. The first one is Lady Midnight, and the second one is Lord of Shadows, and it's about two of the characters in the last book of the Mortal Instruments series. And I need to read those too, but as you can see, they're freaking huge. So that's all the books that I am 100% no doubt about it keeping. I have 2 more stacks, and they have the most books because it's a bunch of small books. And this is where it's gonna get harder to decide which ones I keep and which ones I get rid of. So this is I Am the Messenger. It's by the same author as The Book Thief, and I got it because we read it in my AP English class senior year, and it was good, but like I want to keep it because like yeah, like The Book Thief and this, I like having books by similar authors, but I just can't. I'm never gonna read it again, and I didn't like it as much as The Book Thief, so I think that I'm gonna get rid of this one. Next is The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian. I read this book when I was in high school. One of my good friends let me borrow his copy, and I really, really loved it. And it makes me think of him, so I bought a copy of it, and I'm probably gonna keep it for a long time. I have The Freedom Writer's Diary. It's another book that I got from work. The movie was amazing, and I feel like this is a really good book to read. Like, it's important. So that is a book that I'm going to keep because I still have to read it. There is All American Boys, and the best way to describe it is what it's like being young and black in America. And it looks like a really, just truly amazing book, so I have to keep this one because I still have to read it. This is Native Son. The first time I ever heard of it was in a movie that I watched with one of my favorite actors, and once again, it's about being black in America, and it's just one of those really important books that everyone should read, so I'm gonna read that. Next, I'm really excited about these ones. I have Shane Dawson's books, his autobiographies. I have his first one, I Hate My Selfie, and then a second one, It Gets Worse. I'm pretty sure I pre-ordered both of these, like, when they came out. I could make a whole video just about these books and just about Shane Dawson. I love him so much, and I support him so much, so I will always keep these books. Like, I'll probably have these books for the rest of my life. This is Neon Angel. It is a memoir of Cherie Curry, who was in The Runaways, which is one of my favorite bands. I absolutely love the book. I absolutely love The Runaways, and I got this in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame when I was in high school. So even if I didn't love it, I would still keep it because it's from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This is Heavier Than Heaven. It's a biography of Kurt Cobain. I got it because in my abnormal psychology class, we had to write a paper on a celebrity, and I picked Kurt Cobain because who better to write a paper about mental illnesses than Kurt Cobain. I really liked the book. It took me a while to get through because it was so heavy, so the name Heavier Than Heaven really does fit it. But I'm never gonna read it again, and I feel like someone else will enjoy it. This is Addams Family Values. I love the Addams Family movies, not so much the TV show. My friend Ripley gave this to me, and we both have copies of this. But I don't know if I'll ever read it. I'll keep it in the maybe pile, but I don't know. This is Jaws. I haven't read it yet, but I really want to. Like, I want to get more into like horror books, like scary books. So I'm gonna keep this one because I still have to read it. This is the Amityville Horror, and I read this, I think, in high school, maybe my first year or two in college, and it's so good. I love the movies. I love like the whole story of this, so I'm definitely keeping this one. This is Jurassic Park. I really liked it. I really did, but I don't think I'll ever read it again. And I like having it just for like, oh, I have it, like it's so good. But I really prefer the movies, and one day I'm gonna own the movies. But I'll put this in the maybe pile. This is Cat's Cradle. One of my good friends gave me this book. I haven't read it yet, but I'm going to. This is Slaughterhouse-Five by the same author that the same friend gave to me, and I read this and I was fascinated by it. I thought it was so cool. So I'm definitely going to keep those. And I'm actually going to keep these with this one since they're all related to the same friend. This is The Catcher in the Rye. I read it in middle school when I was too young to really understand the book. And it was good, and I mean, I read it in a day. But now that I'm older and I understand more about it, I'm just not really into it as much, and I don't think I'll ever reread it. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. This is Go Ask Alice. I read this probably a year ago, and it's amazing. Like, I really want to get this book for my sister. I think she would really like it. But this book is very solid, and I love it. One day I'll probably get rid of it, but for now I'm definitely keeping it. This is Perks of Being a Wallflower. I got this in 7th or 8th grade. I read it like 6 times, no joke. I could also make a video that's solely based on this, but I don't have enough time for that, so I'm definitely keeping this one. This is Speak, and while I would rather have like the softer, like worn copy of it, this was a gift from a friend that I used to have, and I don't want to get rid of it just to buy a different copy of it, so I will keep it. But Speak was a very, very influential book to me, and it helped me through a lot of stuff. So one day I'll probably get the copy that I want and get rid of this one, but for now I will keep this one. The last 2 books are The Pleasure of My Company and The Yellow Wallpaper. Both I got from the friend that I got these books from. And the yellow wallpaper, I read it in school, and then I read it after he gave it to me, and it's very confusing, but it's so intriguing, and I want to keep it solely for the reason that it came from that friend. And then The Pleasure of My Company was hard to get into at first, but it was really, really good, and just the way it was written was amazing. So I'm definitely gonna keep that one. I almost forgot, I just recently got this book. It's What Did Lunette Forget? I got it because I used to watch this show as a kid. It was The Big Comfy Couch. I never read the books, and I didn't even know that there were books, but apparently there are. So this, I think I'm gonna keep, like, with keepsakes, because I'm not gonna read it, but I'm gonna keep it because it has a really special place in my heart. So these are books that I have read that I'm definitely keeping. These are books that I haven't read and haven't started reading, but I'm definitely keeping. These are books that I am for sure getting rid of, plus this one that I'm giving to my aunt, that are in the maybe pile. These are my Mortal Instruments and Mortal Artifices books that I've read all of these, but still need to read these that I'm definitely keeping. These are my Harry Potter books that I have read and still need to read that I'm definitely keeping. These are the Fifth Wave books that I have read and need to read that I'm still keeping. These are books that I'm keeping but not on my bookshelf. I'm gonna put them with, like, my memorabilia stuff, because they're just things that are really important. Almost forgot The Book Thief. I'm gonna keep this one too. These are the books I'm currently reading, so I'm gonna keep those. And these are my magazines that I'm gonna keep. So this is everything that I'm keeping. I know it's a lot, but after I read some of them, I probably will get rid of them. And this is what I'm getting rid of.